Holy shit, we're at the second to last volume for the series. That series being Buso Renkin. And, wow, I knew this day would come, but it felt like only yesterday that I started rereading and reviewing this story. And thus, granted, there was a lot that I had forgotten about, to be honest. So, this reread has been a refresher, a constant memory refresher, going, oh, okay, I remember that now. Oh, yeah, there's that too. Especially with this final volume. I kind of forgot how long this volume is, because this volume ends with almost 25, I would say the 35, quote-unquote, final chapter. Then it ends with a finale chapter that is about 60 pages long, roughly. But that's not the actual closure of the story anyways, because in the next volume, it's pretty much 2 chapters, and a one-shot for his next work, which would be called Embalming, Another Tale of Frankenstein. Okay, so what does this volume, number 9, entail, you might ask? Well, it entails a few things. It entails the battle against Victor, where we get to see a Kakugane fucking battleship. A Kakugane that is basically a giant-ass robot-looking dude, which if other, Kakugane users are inside of this thing, then their attacks will come forth through the robot, scaled up, basically. So, think of every technique we've seen in the stories thus far, but now scaled to basically where, if something was a sword technique, perchance, and, well, let's just say that normally it's the size of my arm, well, now it's the size, a fucking football stadium. Like that. I might be over-exaggerating that last part a little bit, but fuck it, I don't care. Yeah, so that's happening all in the background. The real main focus here, is Newton Apple Academy for Girls, which has been the focus since the start of the re-extermination arc, which we now know that arc is completed, and the arc that is going to be from here on out, I thought it would be called the Final War against Victor arc, but no, actually, I want to call it the White Kakugane arc. Alright, so they end up infiltrating into Newton Apple Academy for Girls, and they meet both Victor's daughter, that's Homunculus, and they meet the brain of his now, well, I guess deceased wife. Okay, her body's deceased, but her brain's still there. Their daughter's name is Alexandria. The wife's name, I don't quite remember what her name was, to be honest. And she had been studying for years and years and years and years on how to revert the effects of the Black Kakugane. And thus she came up with the White Kakugane. However, in order to come up with this White Kakugane, she needed to use an already existing Kakugane that would have the same power as the first and the third Black Kakuganes. So, the White Kakugane is actually the Black number 2. And thus, there's only one left. Either it could turn Kazuki Muto into a human again, make a full human, or it could turn Victor into a full human once again. And so this leaves Muto with a predicament. But you know what? You've been following the story, you've been paying attention, then you know full damn well Muto is not going to just be selfish, be like, nah, get that shit to me. Alright, yeah, human again. No, he's not going to be like that at all. That's not in his character. Not once has he ever, and I mean ever, done anything just for himself. He's always done shit for other people, and that's what I fucking like about him. And so what happens is that him and Tokiko basically come up with this plan that they're going to embed the White Kakugane into Victor's chest forcefully. Hopefully that will basically turn him human. And you know, to do a little bit of a plan B, a little safekeeping, okay, since Papillon, who is also present to hear all of this shit, okay, and the fact that, you know, he's a really, really smart dude. Kazuki sees this and is like, yo, if you can figure out a way to make another white Kakugane, I will fight you when I turn back to human again. And so, Papillon takes the same chamber that Dr. Butterfly was using for Victor, takes that exact same chamber there, okay, and was going to use it for Kazuki Muto to go in a state of stasis. Basically, cryo freeze. Basically, he was going to Boba Fett to Han Solo Kazuki Muto. That is what was going to fucking happen. But the fact that Victor had become so much stronger, okay, that Kazuki knew that what they were all going to do against Victor was going to work. And plus, with the planet they're on, and the fact that Victor had been constantly sucking energy from the oceanic life, Kazuki knew that he needed to take him somewhere where there was no energy, where the only two people would be him and Victor. Can you guess what that place is? That's right, the fucking moon. Took him all the way to the fucking moon. That way they can have their epic battle while being up there. Whoa. Just fucking whoa. This is probably the second series I've read that the moon has been a focal point and the battleground for a climatic finale. That other series, of course, being Soul Eater, the manga, not the anime. And of course, this upsets everybody when Kazuki does this, because it's out of the blue. No full well Kazuki did it so he can protect everyone. Oh yeah, finally we get confirmation that Kazuki and Tokiko do love each other. It's not, well, it's kind of outright said by Kazuki, and in a bashful, shy Japanese way, it's said by the two of them. If you know anything about Japanese culture, you know that they are a very reserved society, and that they respect each other's boundaries and such, which showing signs of affection out in public is not an everyday thing for these people. You know, it's not like what you can see here in the States, where it's kind of common to see, you know, boys and girls holding hands, kissing. Only thing that's happening in public is, well, you know, the icky stuff. That happens behind closed doors, of course. Granted, it happens over there too, also behind closed doors. At least, I hope it does. Ah, God. Which is why, you know, if you've been reading or watching reading manga and watching anime just long enough, there's a lot about Japanese society and Japanese culture that does get implanted into these series that can give us foreigners a little better understanding into the mind of a Japanese person. And you have ever noticed that anytime two characters like each other, they make a huge fucking deal on physical contact. Even if that means holding hands. And even a lot of times, when two characters kiss, it's weird. If it's two guys kissing, it's always shown on screen, lip to fucking lip, and it's used as comedic purposes. If it's a romantic kiss between a boy and a girl, it always makes you wonder, did they kiss? Did they not kiss? What the fuck? And it's always shown at an angle where you can't really tell if that's a yes or no. You gotta kind of, like, read between the lines and just assume what happened. And I'm assuming that Tokiko and Kazuki Muto fucking kissed. That's what I'm fucking assuming. There's been one other aspect regarding this series that I have kind of failed to talk about, which I want to discuss now, and that is all the little snippets of character creation as well as chapter creation, which, wait, I think I have kind of touched upon this in past reviews. Not too sure if I have or not. But hey, but you know what? I love getting to have an insight into the mind of Nobuhiro Watzuki. Just how his mind just works. Love getting that insight, you know, and especially with these last two chapters of chapter 9, you know, and just how he was just trying to wrap everything up, and the sheer fact that like he had to basically beg the Shueisha to, you know, give him more pages. And they did. They gave him fucking 60 fucking pages, okay? But he's like, no, I need to end this in like a 2-part kind of sequence. And they're like, fine, here. Spoiler alert, the first of the 2 chapters for the final volume is like fucking 85 pages, roughly. Like 83 to 85, somewhere around there. It's fucking long. Yeah, that's what she said. I had to do that. Sorry about that. I just had to. But yeah, but damn, he drew all of that in who knows how short amount of time they gave him. They probably gave him like a couple weeks to work on it. And who's to say that, you know, he had to turn in a rough draft, or if he was allowed to just do the final right then and there. But yeah, I should call the rough draft a name, because that's what they're called. They're called names in Japan. Or, sorry, in the manga industry, that's what they're called. They're called names. That is the title of the rough draft. Alright, so, what do you guys think of Buso Renkin Volume 9? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you be so kind, subscribe to the channel. Gives you a thumbs up. That way, it can circle around the YouTube algorithm and hopefully get more eyes on it. Hopefully more people that like the series will be drawn towards this to be like, you know what? Let's hear what this bearded weirdo has to say. As well as hit that notification icon and make sure that bell is a ring-a-ding-dingin'. That way you will know when I put out another video. Don't forget to follow me on these social media platforms that will be coming up after I say, see you later.